Maybe I'm Oh, good evening, Netscape Navigators. Been a while since I got to say that and actually mean it. How are y'all doing tonight? Hope y'all are doing well. Let me see if I can bring myself up here. Oh, hello. How are we all doing tonight? Y'all doing good in chat? Got a whole big old house here tonight. That's great. We let the music play a little bit longer than usual because if you couldn't tell, we're doing this at a very different time. I had some IRL complications come up, so this may become the regular time. We're going to try and get a feel for it real quick. But let me go ahead and bring in my good buddy Mouse and see how he's doing. He might need just a second. Hold on one moment, please. Let me go get him. Oh, Mouse. Mouse. There.
I have arrived.
Hey, you did it. I did it. We both did it. We're both here now. How you doing tonight, sir?
Surviving.
That's good.
Jamming on that interim music.
Yeah, you like that?
It's killing it.
I like that soundtrack. That's like a really good soundtrack. I actually found that guy because he did some Game Grump remixes that I really enjoyed, and then I found out he had this really cool a little aesthetic album that was based off like 1920s record samples or something like that. I like it a lot. It's like my
Who's
own
the guy that does it?
little Tommy J. He
Hmm.
did some early Game Grumps remixes. He did some JonTron
Yeah.
era stuff. That was a different time. Kind of sad to say that, but that was a very long time ago. Old internet, decades old internet time. How you feeling? Are you feeling a little sleepy tonight?
It's almost decades old real lifetime at this point.
Oh God, is it actually? That's
I
distressing.
think Danny's been on for like 5 years now, and John was on three
Like,
before that, wasn't he?
was it 3? I feel like it was like 2, or maybe even just 1. Like, it seemed like it was a lot longer than it actually was.
I think it's been like all in all 7 years they've been up or something like
That's
that.
crazy. That was, I mean,
It might be 2 and 3. It might be five total. I could be mistaken, but
I can understand why some people might not like them or whatever, but for me personally, they were the first real Let's Play channel that I genuinely enjoyed, so they kind of hold a special place in my heart. And
I
as a
briefly
result,
talked about Aaron last time when you left me alone with the viewers. I
oh
talked about
really?
him a little bit. Yeah, particularly Aaron. He's always managed to be on the cutting edge of whatever the internet is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Animation and Newgrounds. He was a big figure there, and moving through
yeah,
into Let's Plays and like
yeah.
keeping
It's
going.
true.
It's very interesting.
He's kind of a
He's kind of always
Neil
been on the front.
Cicierega, yeah, in terms of just like being an internet grandpa and just kind of having his finger in the pie for such a long time that he's kind of got fingers everywhere. But we got some new faces in the chat. That's pretty good. See, Betos made it for the first time in a while. I can't even remember if you've been to a stream. I mean, we did some early on streams that were at a later time. So yeah, Lim is new, I think, to the chat. They were saying earlier that they've
Yes,
been following me for a while, but this is the first time they
it's
made
a
it to a
new
stream,
username to
and
me anyway.
they got some green. I don't know what that means. I have a green screen behind me. Maybe that's possibly. That's a terrible joke. This is a bad first impression. Let's move on. So, tonight I was wanting to do something basic. We've been doing a lot of Reddit exploration. It lends itself very easily to getting in on some internet conversations, but we haven't done anything quite so like I think the one thing that everyone kind of tends to do when using Reddit when they really want to see what Reddit has to offer, they go to that top button, and then after that top button, they pretty much always go immediately to top of all time. I personally make a pit stop in the monthly first to get a vibe for it, but I wanted to see. I thought it'd be fun for us to just go from the top and work our way down to seeing what the best of all time on our all of Reddit is. So how's that sound to you?
Sounds all right.
Sounds all right. We're talking. It got very weeb
So
based in
this
our
might
chat over here.
it sure did. I miss living
Oh,
in a place
message
where that was
retracted.
okay.
There's a
But
lot of shenanigans going on. We don't
but
celebrate Hitler's birthday. Oh, we are getting close to the date. I didn't even realize.
yeah, it's
Oh
like
my
2 days away.
gosh. Wow. We should definitely stream on that day because there's definitely that would be interesting. Yeah.
Why?
I don't
I
know.
don't
It's
know.
the day. It's the weed day. There's gonna be. Do you
The
think?
weed.
Oh my gosh. My favorite boy, Mountain Dew. He might have a new upload. He usually has a Snoop Dogg flavored meme all geared up and ready to go. But he's been having a hard time lately. YouTube's been royally fucking him over in terms of ad space and algorithms and whatnot. Because my first copyright strike was just talking about one of his videos, which was weird because up to that point he hadn't gotten any copyright strikes. I just had a clip of his video, and Sony did not like that. So he's
I
been having
remember
a
that.
yeah, that scared the crap out of me. But he usually does something for the holiday, but his
The holiday.
I think his eyes were a little too big for his stomach last time or something, and he couldn't quite finish the video in time for the date itself. But he's kind of become. I mean, I think I don't partake in the devil's weed or whatever it's called, devil's smoke, green. I don't know.
I'm
You
just
can
gonna let you
tell.
hang on
Yeah,
that
you
one.
can tell. Yeah. I don't have to try and explain myself to you guys.
So before we move into the Reddit
Yeah,
thing, can I make a suggestion?
sure.
Before we get into it, I don't know if it helps. I use old.reddit.com
Yeah,
because I don't like the
the
new layout, but
yeah,
I think doesn't it sort by states and regions and junk like that now?
it
Like
might. I don't know,
different.
but we'll do that. Yeah, just to
Would we view a different top depending on where we are?
I don't know, honestly.
Because I hate to ruin the illusion for everybody, but we are not in fact in the same room
Yeah, that's
when we do this.
yeah. The,
Devil's
the the
lettuce, there it
magic
is.
devil's lettuce. That was the word I was looking for.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Uh, 23 servings of fruit, but they are smoking weed around me. I'm 13. It's okay. Wow, I feel so much better about all that now. Great.
Nah, he's
Uh,
13. He's good.
all right. Yeah, is that the age? I don't know.
Of
Clearly,
course.
I'm not a knowledgeable man about these
If
kinds of
you're old
things.
enough to yell swears in video games, you're old
See,
enough to smoke
Shinigami
weed every day.
Shinigami has what I'm going for right here, which is I don't smoke either. I just like making jokes about it. Exactly. It's like the millennial dad jokes. It's just so easy and enjoyable, and everybody kind of it's something that everyone kind of enjoys. It's like a good pun, but with drugs. So it's a little bit. It's like a pun with edge. I don't know. I'm just embarrassing myself to be honest. You guys have
A
to forgive
pun
me.
with
It's a
drugs. That's how
yeah.
I
I
like to
mean
describe my life.
yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's go to Reddit. Let's find out. So we're going to go to old.reddit.com and all.
Lots of
There should be some interesting things
report
already. Oh,
related things on
I
the
did it
front
wrong.
page.
Report things. Oh, the
The Mueller report was out today.
honestly, we could talk about one of my favorite subreddits is covering it, and the way I liked it that they addressed it is that the way everything's being worded in the document is that literally everyone can say they were right all along, and they can also say that everyone else is just trying to cope with the hard evidence. Because I think the way the document, at least from what people have told me or what I've heard, is that it doesn't really say or confirm anything one way or the other, and it leaves it
Well,
pretty open ended, from what I understand.
there's this
We're talking
one
about
quote
U.S.
that
politics, by the
everybody's
way.
throwing around right now that I think is pretty good.
What's that?
Pretty indicative. I said there's one quote, I guess, in it that everybody's throwing around that I feel like is pretty indicative of the content,
What's
but I
that?
don't really know. It says, "Oh my God, this is terrible. This is the end of my presidency. I'm fucked."
Oh,
As a direct quote.
yeah,
So
that is
who
one thing I
knows?
heard was that there doesn't seem to be any kind of huge criminal allegations. There's a potential of criminal allegations, but the thing that some people are really enjoying is the fact that it isn't a very flattering portrayal of uh, Mr.
Anybody
President.
really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's true. That's a decent way of looking at it. All right, let's go
Anyway,
back to
let's move off of this. Yeah,
we were
we don't
looking
want to
at yeah, because
be
politics are just
politics
so
here.
much fun. Um, Okay, yeah. I don't really. Let's not get in the current. Let's go. We'll start easy. We'll ease our way in. We're gonna. Here's top of 24 hours. The top of 24 hours. The teacher is psyched that he can still heel flip. Hey, awesome.
I saw that one.
That's pretty rad. That's pretty tubular. Is he gonna heel flip?
Tubular.
He's gonna do it. Oh yeah, he did it. Oh, he's actually really excited. That kind of killed it though. If he just kind of walked away like he was cool, then it would seem that wasn't a rare occurrence, and he was actually doing heel flips all the time. All right, top of the week now. I'm gonna blow it up so you guys can also enjoy it. Middle school delinquency is always fun. I agree.
Okay, we're going to the top of the week.
Yep, we're moving our way up. All right, good boy saves small boy. Oh no! Oh my goodness! These little animals. That's amazing. They saved him. Oh, it's a really small dog. I think it was probably going to be okay, but that's pretty great. I like that. That's a feel-good story. All right, thank you, Reddit. So far,
I
so
like
good.
the number 7 one, the local video game shop.
Number 7.
That's dope as
Okay.
heck. If I ran one of those, I would be on board.
Whoa! That
They have.
looks like a
I've
place
seen
where weed would be smoking.
I've I've seen a lot of like weird little shacks like that out in Alaska of all places. Though there they were all milkshake places.
It seems
It's
like this
weird.
would be I mean, like, how much that couldn't cost too much to maintain and or buy.
Heck
So
no.
you kind of have, I mean, like, I guess you're just selling video games. I
Dude, if
mean,
you sold video games like a hot dog stand, you
yeah,
could make bank. Like just sell out the front window, like not
have
even
like
have it
a.
inside,
It would be kind
like
of
a
cool.
library, like a
Yeah,
menu. Remember those old ice cream trucks where you just kind of pointed to the shit on the side and was like, "I want that one."
yeah. I mean,
Like,
in
imagine having a
daily
video game truck.
daily deals, like if they had a big enough of a library or something, they could just like actually bring out like new stuff every day, so people would have an excuse to come by and check it out and stuff like that. And at most, you could just like talk shit with a guy about video games. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be cool for. I mean, I think that like honestly, a small little place like this would make like selling all sorts of things a lot cooler and a lot more fun. That's awesome. Okay,
Maybe that's
moving
what my
on.
next venture will be.
Good
Maybe I'll
job.
start up a video game truck,
Like oh yeah,
like
like
instead of
a
an ice cream truck,
or like a
just
library truck or like a food truck, it would be a video game truck. Okay, not bad.
yeah,
All right, so
video game
we
truck.
are moving from a week to a month now. We're growing up in level. I think we should play a drinking game where I think meta jokes are always tend to be the ones at the top of our all, and I think every time we see a meta joke for a subreddit, we should definitely take a shot or smoke a weed.
I haven't seen any meta jokes so far.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's just for the personal ones, but I think it's like I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I actually looked at the top of all time, but I think it's definitely a meta joke about Reddit. This is Dr. Katie Bowman, the computer scientist behind the first ever
Hey,
image of a black
Sarah,
hole.
whereabouts are you in Alaska?
We got oh yeah, Sarah was in the chat.
Yeah, well, she just said she was Alaskan and can confirm that there's a lot of those little places.
Ah, you have been to
So
Alaska. You can
I have many times.
might be going again soon, right?
Could be,
Yeah.
very likely.
All right. So I do want to talk about this lady because there has been some controversy. Not a lot of controversy, but
Which one?
uh,
Katie Bowman.
yeah. Not that she's done anything controversial, just that she's kind of become a political figurehead.
Uh-oh.
Because a lot of people, I still don't even know the whole situation of this. So if anyone in chat can like clarify this for me, but
That's never good in an internet context.
yeah, well, she was just kind of being celebrated as the one. So here the phrasing is she developed the algorithm that turned the telescopic data into the historic photo we see today. I don't know enough about physics, but depending on who you ask, she is solely responsible, or it would have been impossible without her, or what she was doing was very negligible and she's just being paraded as like a token scientist lady. I don't. I'm actually only bringing this up not to bum everyone out because it is a really cool thing to be at all even remotely attached to this, and even more so if you were the one who made it all possible. But there are a lot of great memes that come out of this, and I saw just as many. Unfortunately, I saw a lot more memes than I saw like debate. But if anybody actually knows how much she was involved, I'd love to know. Just because like I've seen conflicting information at this point, and I don't know who to believe anymore. But yeah, the black hole memes are. I'm kind of agreeing with Shinigami over here. The black hole memes are a little overdone at this point. It was almost like too powerful. Like it was too easy to make things out of, and now it's like I guess it's dead. I don't know if there's many other things because everyone it's just so. I think the only thing you
I'm
do
not
at this
even
point,
familiar with the black hole meme.
you're
I don't think
not.
I've ever even seen it. No.
Well, it's literally just incorporating the black hole meme into things, and it's a circle with the black hole in it, and there's a lot of things that have those. I think the most creative one I saw was somebody recreated like Goatsy with it.
Oh.
Yeah, just
Oh.
a lot of that.
So just
But it's
replacing various circles with the picture of the black
yeah,
hole.
yeah, and it's like literally I was going on like multiple subreddits, and like you could go to the top of all like this is the top of the month, so you go to the top of the month for most subreddits, and there's going to be a black hole meme on there, and even on our Discord we were having a good time. There was a lot of them that were really good. I think my favorite one was somebody had made like an infographic of what happens when you put too much of an ingredient in a cookie, and it was like, here's what it looks like when you put too much sugar in it, here's what it looks like when you put too much yeast in it, and then one was when you put too much mass in it, and it just turned into that black hole. So, little clever science joke that I enjoyed, and I think that was the peak of it for me, and then everything after that was kind of downhill. Somebody made a, ooh, what is this? The topic of the black hole was dropped on the news after 2 days, which sucked. I mean, it's a black hole. I don't know how much we can talk about it before it's just
I also
a
feel
black
like
hole.
there's a lot about it that the general public maybe wouldn't understand or wouldn't appreciate.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a fairly space
Adept.
oriented person. I'm interested in it as a subject, and like even when they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have the first picture of a black hole," I was like, "Hang on, the first picture?" And so it's like I had to do a little bit more learning myself about it, just to figure out, because we've had simulations and things like that, different renderings, but like it's hard to take that context and like unless you're really involved and invested in it,
Yeah.
it's hard to grasp the significance of it. So I
Yeah.
could see why it would pass through the news quickly.
It's. I mean, I think it actually blew up a lot more than most astronomy. Can't remember which one is the signs and which one's the actual like science part.
Astronomy is the science.
Okay, astronomy. A lot of astronomy news just kind of like is huge, but then like it's just like it's a headline, and then everyone goes, "Huh, what's that?" And then the news goes, "Oh, nobody knows what this is." So moving on. But this one actually, I mean, I think 2 days in the news is pretty big for science. I think because I think especially in this case because everyone was able to, you know, talk about it, and like you get the immediate effect of what it is because you can see it. It's like it's right there. So. But Woo is fine. Ooh, yeah, no, that was I think where the meme died for me when I saw that because it just seemed like the obvious thing to do with it. Yeah, all right. And then I'm gonna read some of what people are saying here. A male colleague, Mr. Creamtastic, a male colleague of hers was revealed as someone who made 90% of the code. MRAs followed suit. Her fellow worker had to go onto Twitter to deconfirm that he wrote 90% of the code. Chromia says he wrote significantly less than 90%, but yeah, Incel's gonna Incel. Basically, I agree with Chromius here.
I'm sorry, what is the MRA?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Acronym.
MRAs are men's rights activists. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, and they've kind of gotten a name for being like just bizarro
Yeah.
feminists, basically.
No, as soon as you told me what the acronym was, I was
You
like,
got
ah,
it. Yeah,
okay.
you get it.
I know where this is going. Yeah.
I think I saw Chromius going more into detail about that in the Discord. I might be wrong about that, but I appreciate you guys clarifying a little bit. I thought I was talking about, or I thought there's another story. I think there's another story with a programmer lady who ended up claiming credit for a lot of the code. I don't know. It's kind of a bummer. I think it's impressive that anybody and everybody who's involved in making history, like especially as a visual artist, this is just fucking cool. And
I
it kind
always
of
liked
bums me out that they got political about it because
I think it was the story of the first picture of Mars. Uh,
what
I
about it?
want to say it was I want to say it was the first picture of Mars, but it came back as data
Huh?
initially,
Hmm.
but then the scientists working on the team were too impatient to wait for the data to render, so they literally printed it out and like colored it with crayon according to the code. And so like the first picture of Mars is technically like a hand rendered crayon drawing by the scientists in the room.
That's great. I love that. Yeah. No, I mean it's incredible, and it reminds me of the that one scientist who helped land that rover on the asteroid, I believe, but he was wearing a shirt that had like pinup girls on it or something like that, and then that became a bigger issue than the actual achievement that he did. And yeah, like I just hate to see when this kind of stuff gets political,
Stuff
but
gets just gets completely shanghaied from like the good it was supposed to be when everybody
right,
digs
right.
for garbage in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Chromius is right. They're talking about how like I don't think anyone is like coding this stuff and going, well, I have now done 68.2% of this, so I have 68.2% of the
Right. It's
responsible.
not
Like they
really
don't
how
care.
coding works
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's